Poutine and crackers. Sorry, I'm doing my vocal warm-ups.
Gross.
Poutine and crackers makes Pappy angry.
What is that?
It's my vocal warm-up.
Oh.
Poutine and crackers makes Poppy crack addicted.
Oh. Okay.
Right. We went that route with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Draven, a word?
What's going on, all you beautiful people out there in Radio Land? It's Draven. And?
Savvy.
And?
Jesse.
Yes, another special guest.
Yay!
So quick.
Our number one fan!
Number one fan, Jesse! In the studio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's been a week.
Yep.
This is the most content we've had to consume in a short duration for the podcast.
Absolutely, which is why we did not release an episode the week of us doing this.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little backlog now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Today.
But
It's
what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's Inebriating the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Please go follow the Instagram. So please, so many pleases. Go follow the Instagram. And today is another episode of Musical Moonshine.
There you go. Yep.
Yep.
You remembered.
And a little. I think there might be a phantom. Phantom of the podcast. Oh, is Jesse the Phantom of the podcast? Now you introduce yourself.
It's me, the Phantom.
Yes, Jessie is my sister-in-law. And she's also a big fan of Phantom of the Opera, just like me.
Huge fan.
So we thought she would be the perfect guest for this week.
Especially since you gave us the name for the musical segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Right
had
on.
to happen.
Number one fan here. Number one
Exactly.
fan. Just
Exactly.
saying. Just throwing that out there.
Yep. So.
Doing Phantom of the Opera today.
Yeah.
And
Multiple versions.
so many versions.
Yeah.
They kind of just all collide in my head, and that's none of them are alike.
Yeah, absolutely not. And we watched all of them in like 4 days, I want to say.
I think
Yeah.
4 is probably the limit on as many things.
That's why I
yeah.
said we should,
4 is the
definitely cap
limit.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me get my little notebook here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring
Both have
notes.
prepared notes.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I had to keep track somehow.
I have Savvy write my notes down.
That's
So,
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Dictation.
Yeah.
Okay, the versions we watched were the 1943 Phantom of the Opera, which was the first, it was in color. Yeah, color and sound movie of Phantom of the Opera.
As you go down this list, I'm just going to do my favorite quote from each one. Christine,
And then we watched Phantom of the Paradise. I did not write down the year for that, but it was 1970 something.
74.
74. Great. Glad Jesse's here.
I will not prance around in drag.
That one was the most unique.
That one was
To say the least, the most.
Anybody that's
Yeah.
seen Phantom of the Opera and not seen Phantom of the Paradise heard me say that, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what? It is
Who says that,
It is
Raoul?
loosely based. It is loosely inspired by the book, which all of these are inspired by the book, or adaptations of the book, I should say.
Yeah, yes.
And then we watched the very well-known Phantom of the Opera 2004 version, which was the film adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical, which first came out in 1986. And then we watched...
Just go!
Go
Leave!
now!
Yeah.
Go now and leave me! And then we watched my favorite, the 25th anniversary version of Phantom of the Opera, which was filmed in 2011.
666.
That was your favorite quote from that one?
That's the only one I could think of off the top of my head. That one was just so clean. It was,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to try our best not to talk about Phantom of the Paradise the entire time, but...
It was just so much to take in.
Yeah,
It sticks out.
Leave a print on my brain
Absolutely.
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
We will be quoting it for a long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But before we start on that one,
Yeah.
let me tell you guys a little bit about the book.
Oh.
Okay.
Book time.
The book
Read us a story.
is what all of these are based on, and it came out in 1910. It was written by Gaston Leroux, and it was called, pardon my French, but Le Fantôme de l'Opéra.
That's the funniest way to say pardon my French is when you're about to speak that first.
You're about to
I thought it was about to be cuss words.
No.
But, pardon my French, but fuck, this
Here it
opera
is.
sucks. That's what
Phantom of the motherfucking opera.
That's what Phantom of the Paradise.
my fucking face hurts.
So yeah, obviously French. It was under all of these genres: horror, gothic, mystery, and romance. So that tells you a little bit about the story there.
For my 5
There's a lot
favorite
going
genres.
on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my fifth one is?
No.
What?
Hold on. It's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
Porn.
horror. I thought you were gonna say porn. Oh my god. I was gonna say it for you.
Porn? Yeah, porn.
That's it. That's it.
And this book is really interesting because it was released in like serials, like a little bit at a time, and then released as a novel.
No.
Because he like wrote for the newspaper that I was in or something like that. But he based it on a real place. I think it's the Palais Garnier. And the accident is real. Like the chandelier fiasco.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, spoilers. There's a chandelier fiasco.
There's a chandelier near or around this movie.
Yeah, a massive chandelier. Right in the middle of this theater. And in real life, I guess it's a rumor, but like it was kind of phrased in a way that like it may not be true, but also there were reported injuries and one person was killed. So
Oh.
I'm assuming it's kind of more true than not.
Right.
That leads you to believe.
But what happened was they did a production of an opera called Hell, and
Right on.
a fire broke out and it melted the wire
What?
holding
Oh.
the counterweight for the
They literally-
chandelier.
Oh.
Got burnt alive going to see hell.
Yeah, I'm assuming that.
They burn alive in
I'm
hell.
assuming
Yeah.
that they had actual fire like in the production, and that's
Yeah.
where
That's
it came
what
from.
things-
Tough.
Okay.
But yeah.
Not enough dress rehearsals.
No, something went horribly wrong. And yeah, as I said, several people were injured and one person was killed. And with the same theater, there were also rumors of a ghost. And it actually has the underground lake underneath it.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Yeah. So obviously that's a great
I was gonna say
that's a great place to set a horror gothic mystery romance. So
Spoilers.
There's a lake in this movie.
yeah, an underground
Underground.
lake that you can access through the tunnels of the theater.
Wonder if you could still go there.
I
Ooh.
think so because I read that they like train the firefighters down there or something.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
In hell.
Do you think
Yeah,
they
I
put
know.
on any other production other than Phantom of the Opera? Like, how could you?
It might be.
Unless
kinda
it's
hard.
not around anymore.
Maybe.
Let me look it up real quick.
What's it called?
Palais Garnier.
One more time with a little confidence.
Palais Garnier.
That sounds wrong.
It probably is. Garnier.
Your French is better than mine.
Palais
Let
Garnier.
me see it.
Garnier.
Oh, Palacis Garnier.
Jesus Christ, that wasn't even right. Place Garnier. Garnier. You know, the hair brand.
Yeah, I'd say it's Garnier.
Yeah.
Filet Garnier.
I think it's Palacis Garnier.
Oh boy. It is still around.
Savvy, I feel like that's a bucket list for us if we could
Absolutely.
go there.
Where's that? French?
Where's that? French?
Yep. French.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'd love to visit French.
Totally going to
It looks
French.
really cool on the outside.
Ooh, that's gross.
What'd you do?
What'd you do?
I ate some of the foam resting on the top. Oh, we should talk about the drinks that we're having.
Oh, yes.
Oh, shit,
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Wow, look at it. That really looks like in the
Oh.
movie.
Dun,
It almost gives
dun,
Titanic
dun,
vibes, though,
dun,
too.
dun.
Like
Yeah.
the staircase.
The double staircase, though?
Yeah.
I was in a bunch of productions of
Yeah.
it.
That's pretty. That's gorgeous.
I guess that's what it looks like on the outside.
Like a U.S. monument.
For sure.
Mhm.
Sure. And that's the inside.
Oh, my.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that bitch is huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
she
boxed.
said.
All right. The Draven was
I couldn't
too
pass
shocked
it
to
up.
speak.
Set him up and knock him
Draven,
down.
say something.
You know when you get to
Draven.
that place where words elude you?
Yeah.
What'd she say in that song?
Who?
Christine. You know what song I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
It's the scene where he's pretending to be the other guy. And she's talking about how she's speechless, but she says it a really long way. Do you guys watch that?
Where
Are
you
you
got the
talking
cloak on it?
The point of no
towards the-
return.
Yes,
Okay,
the point
I
of no
think I
return.
didn't know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what she says.
It's something.
The point.
It's something along the lines of like words can't explain the place that I'm talking about or like the experience I'm talking about. That's what I took it as.
No, I took it as I'm speechless.
Oh, and then she's
Yeah.
Okay.
singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that seems like something the Phantom would write in because he's like,
Oh.
that's just the kind of guy I am. I leave everybody speechless.
Oh.
That's what the Phantom sounds like when he's not singing.
Self-centered.
Mhm.
Hey, wait till you hear what I do with this shit.
We were going to talk about drinks before I
Yeah.
Rudely.
Drink,
Oh,
drinks.
right.
rudely interrupted you.
Right.
Do apologize.
No problems.
So we found some drinks that are inspired by Phantom of the Opera. One is called Phantom, and one is called Christine. I think we're all drinking Phantom right now
Yep.
because that one is simple
Almost
and
done.
delicious. It
Is
is.
yours a Phantom?
Yeah, just had a little leftover
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
food coloring.
Just a
from the
little
last one.
Christine in there.
Yeah.
Christine left in the
Yeah.
Phantom.
It is Seagram's
Mhm.
VO, which is a whiskey, and pina colada mix, and Sierra Mist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On paper doesn't work. In my mouth,
Sounds terrible.
works real good.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's delicious.
So good.
And then
Completely guessed at just throwing things in there. But
yeah,
it works.
they did not give us measurements.
No.
but-
Just the ingredients.
Savvy, you did great at mixing them up, though.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
yes,
you.
yes.
You're welcome.
I'm too
Um,
practiced.
And then there's the Christine, which is
Vodka. It's vodka,
Cherry.
cherry juice, cranberry juice, and the blue
Curacao.
curacao. Curacao?
we'd give you measurements if we knew what they were, but just wing it.
Measure
Yeah,
that shit with
Just
your
throw
heart.
it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you want. But they're delicious. I recommend both of them.
Both of them are
Pray
very
to the
good.
angel of music and you'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the Phantom one. That one's really unique and very tasty. So
Yeah. Like the Phantom himself.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. I thought it was an analogy.
So, Jesse, tell us a little bit about your past with Phantom of the Opera. Like, how did you come to like it?
Sure. Phantom of the Opera was one that in choir, we used to sing.
Mm.
And that's where my love for the music of it came in.
Right.
And then I started watching the 2004 version
Yeah.
came out.
Mm-hmm.
Year after I graduated high school.
Oh, okay.
So, and just fell in love with it from there. My goal was to always see it in production, and then I finally got to, and my love for it just became even
Mhm.
more.
When did you see it the first time?
When
Really?
yeah, when we went to see
Okay.
it at the Schuster with everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So that was kind of a like, oh my
Mhm.
god, kind of moment when
Yeah.
it happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was
Goodness.
super stoked.
That's crazy. I was also there.
Were you?
Yeah, I was playing the Phantom
God damn it.
when I was. Would you guys go see this?
What was that? It's on my Instagram. If I just give me a second,
I've seen it twice.
Okay.
I'm just curious what year it was when you guys went to see
And
it
that's
together.
It wasn't that long ago.
No.
Oh, okay. Never
I want to
mind.
say it was already at college.
Okay, I was hoping I was making a joke where I was like 13 playing the Phantom. or
Oh,
something.
right.
April 16th of 2018.
Okay, yeah.
That was.
I mean, 18's still kind of young to be playing the Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Do we want to talk, just like go ahead and start talking about this first movie? Or do you want to talk about your thing about the Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah, when did your
Yeah.
love for it come?
Oh, Mom watching the 2004 version all the fucking time.
Yep. Heard that was a staple in your home.
Yes, absolutely. I think we had like 2 copies of it on DVD.
Just in
And-
case.
Yeah, just in case.
One was
goes
under
bad.
a chandelier.
Yeah.
Chandelier.
And I think one did get lost, and now the other one's lost as well.
Oh, no.
So I guess it was a good reason to have 2.
Guess we need to buy Patricia another backup copy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think yeah.
Buy her 2 more.
Mhm. I would buy her a digital copy because I don't think there's a DVD player in this house.
There's probably
So,
not. I don't
yeah.
know of anyone that has a DVD player.
Yeah, and I love Gerard Butler.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only version I knew, so I thought it was great as well.
Right?
And then, like I said, we've seen it twice. I've seen it twice in person, and the first time I was pretty young seeing it, but I remember the Phantom was very high pitched, like just very tenor, and especially when he talked, he just like his voice like grated my ears.
That
I was like,
doesn't sound
ugh.
like
Wasn't what you
yeah.
wanted to hear
No.
out of a
That's not
Phantom.
good.
No. And when Jesse and I saw it, the Phantom was black.
Yes, he was.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
was
killed
good.
it.
He was
He killed
phenomenal. That was a great performance.
His name is, I want to say it's,
I don't know.
the
his
name Quentin Oliver Lee is in my brain. And I think that's it.
I'm
Okay.
curious what it would be if it wasn't that.
That was a very sure
Yeah.
name.
That's not a name you just think of. That's
I'm right.
yeah.
John.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What's amazing
That's-
is you thought you were wrong when you gave the most specific name
Yeah.
ever.
It's not like it was John Smith.
Yeah.
You're
I
right.
think
You're right.
it's Eric Clapton. I'm not wrong about that.
So yeah, he did great. The Christine was also pretty good, but I did not like the Rao. Didn't like him. Rao's usually a fucking dickbag though.
Yeah. So I got into Phantom of the Opera
All
about
right.
2 weeks ago when I made the mistake of telling Savvy that I've never seen it or heard any of the music from it,
Yes.
and I've been berated for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So
Has it been 2 weeks? I think it was all
It
of this
might-
week.
It might all have been this week.
Yeah.
I think I might have told you. Why did I tell you that?
Well, the night that we went out
You told
drinking.
me after Evil Dead.
No, yeah, you know what? We were you were listening to Phantom of the Opera while you were cooking, and I came in and I was like, "What's this?" And you're like,
Right.
"What's this?
Yeah.
What's this? Are you kidding me?"
Yes. Yep. And then you said that you've never seen it, and I had to stop for a minute and like make sure you were joking or not.
If she would have had a glass in her hand, it would have shattered on the floor.
Slow motion
Yeah.
shatter.
I was staring at you for a while because I couldn't
cinematic.
Yeah. Do we just want to go straight into talking about this first movie?
tell. Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so
Yeah.
let's hop in.
I'm
Yeah.
really almost out of drink.
Uh-oh.
Do we need another drink?
I might have mild alcoholism.
That's what this podcast is
I might
for.
have fuck.
Amnesia?
Yeah. Where am I?
Whoa!
What is this mic doing in front of me?
Just so you got your notes
I do.
for the first one.
First one, I'm not too far. I didn't have much to go on because.
Oh, right, because you didn't watch
it
the whole
wasn't
thing.
really my favorite.
That was my introduction
that?
to Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, it goes on my resume. That's in my.
Okay.
for
This is what I take
her
when I go
headshots.
to my interviews. Has
Gotcha.
my resume readily available.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's really cute.
Thank you.
And now you have Phantom of the Opera
Now I
notes,
have
just in case they
Yeah.
needed that.
Just in case they want to know my favorite
Yeah.
musical and valid points of why.
Exactly.
Helps me on the job.
So there is a version of this that is a silent film, and that's the actual first adaptation of the book.
Didn't watch
But-
that.
Have you watched
Since
that
this
before?
since this is musical Moonshine, I didn't see a point in watching a silent film.
Yeah.
But it's only 93 minutes long, I think. So I might watch it eventually.
I thought it'd been really funny to watch it, but it
For
didn't
sure.
make sense.
I do.
When we were-
I can tell we would have a lot of fun watching some silent films
Yeah.
together. So
like lip reading,
yeah.
doing lines for people.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was gonna say ad lib the whole thing.
Christina Ward.
Christine.
But yeah, we want. Hold on, let me pull up my drive list real quick because I have information on there.
What does your driving playlist have to do with this? Abby?
Did I say playlist?
No, you said
No, you
driving.
said-
Okay.
It's all Phantom of the Opera. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the 1943 Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains and Susanna Foster as Phantom and Christine, respectively.
Respectively.
And this one is not technically a musical, but they are at an opera and there is like opera singing in it.
It's the only one that had opera singing that was not in English.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
like actual opera singing.
It was actual opera singing that didn't advance the plot in any way, but it was good.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
That first one, I was very stunned. Like I was like, "Wow, I got like crushing it up there."
yeah.
Killing it.
And it's crazy we went from that to opera singers that kind of sucked. Like they were
Yeah.
supposed to suck. Like in the
Right.
movie,
Mhm.
could not listen to that one woman sing. It. What was her
La
name?
Colada?
Yeah,
Oh, the
There's, like-
2004 version.
yeah. There was like a
Yes.
specific song she was singing. I was like, I can't be here. I can't be here.
Can't do any more of her voice.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, she really pushed the like Italian accent and like over the top vocals.
Yeah.
In the 2004 version.
Mhm.
I mean, she did
Driver.
great. She made me hate her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But back to the 1943 one.
Yeah.
This one is, I think it is the most like the book from what I read about the book.
Okay.
None of them are exactly spot on, but that's just, that's what happens. And in this version, you get the Phantom's origin.
It's
Yes.
mostly what the movie
That,
is.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say you hear more of his backstory.
It's
Yes.
different from the movie and the musical.
Yes, it's
overall.
different from the
Mhm.
musical version.
They just kind of talk about it in the movie,
hmm
and this one it is most of the movie how he came to be.
How
Yes.
he came to be.
And how he came to be was he was a violinist at the opera, but then he got fired,
Hmm.
and he's also
Oh,
a
he didn't-
composer.
Well, did he get fired? Yeah, he got
Yes,
fired
he got fired.
because it's bum hand.
Yes.
Yeah. But he's also a composer, and he tried to get his music published, but then the music publisher basically stole his music.
Yes.
That's actually not what happened. They didn't steal his music. What had happened is he had sent his music in,
Mhm.
and the one guy at the door was just being a dick. And when you hear he's
Oh,
talking
right.
he's talking to the piano player.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is the guy
This
that
is-
composed this,"
Mhm.
but he
Yeah.
hears it after somebody being a dick to him. He's like,
Right.
"You stole my music."
Yes.
Yeah,
So
before
he thinks
Right.
that they stole it.
before
Yeah,
further
before
investigating.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he hulks out and kills the dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
He chokes him for like
In
a
a
half a minute, which would not kill somebody. So
well,
I think
he's
he's
an old man.
Yeah,
he's an old
I
man.
thought he had
Yeah.
a heart attack.
yeah.
Um,
Scared
but there's a woman there as
scared
well.
the life out of him.
And she gets this tray of acid, which is just sitting out for some reason,
yeah, I
and
forgot.
tosses it in
Yeah.
his face.
Not sure why they had a tray of acid.
She came from the kitchen with a tray of acid and threw it in his face. I was like,
Green.
neon green.
what are they
acid.
making? What's for dinner where a tray of acid is just sitting out?
It's the 40s. It
Yeah.
could be anything. I mean,
It
for
could be
being
anything.
Good old acid soup.
And it was like a publisher. Like,
Good for you.
it could have been something they used for like photos or something like that.
It's when
Yeah.
your acid reflex isn't strong enough.
You want a little bit more.
Little acid soup.
to wash it down.
Yeah.
Also, it has his name as being Eric, and he has a name.
Oh.
His name is Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric. That's the name of my brother.
It's spelled Eriq though.
Ooh, Eric.
Oh.
Eric.
Eric.
But yeah, it's mostly a comedy as well.
It really is.
I did. Yeah.
With just some more dramatic
Very
parts.
enjoyable.
The dramatics of it.
But
Very
yes, I don't know if it
1940s
was
dramatic.
funny to me because of the time difference.
It might be. Well, no, there's definitely some things in there that were intentionally supposed to be funny.
Oh, you're right. The
Like-
whole Anatole and
Yeah, Anatole and Raoul.
yeah, being goofy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's another character in this. His name is Anatole, and this is the only version where he's in it. And he's the male lead in the opera.
Oh, that's right. And then,
Yeah.
yeah okay.
And then Raoul is a policeman
Mhm.
Gotcha.
who is also Christine's childhood friend. So both Anatole and Raoul are basically trying to get Christine to date them. And
Dinner.
yeah,
Yeah,
it leads
dinner.
to a lot of funny situations.
I want to say about the first 20 minutes of this movie are people stopping Christine and telling her that they need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Like, she gets off stage and I think it's Ralph comes up to her and he's like,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
a word.
Yes.
And then,
Before the end of Act 3. Like, she didn't do the Act 3 current goal.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
You
yeah. Oh,
will
she
go
did.
off.
She didn't go.
Yeah.
She didn't go on stage.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then somebody had to talk to her about that, and they came up.
Yeah.
Christine, we need to have a word.
I actually think like 3 people talked to her about that.
She's like,
Yeah.
wow, it didn't go unnoticed.
She
Yeah.
She talked to 2 people, and then somebody else had to talk to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's walking out. Eric's like, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because he
literally,
was still
girls just
he was
gotta
still a
go.
violinist
yeah,
at that.
she just was out of this building, and everyone's like, Christine, a word.
Yeah. And Eric and Christine's relationship in this one is very vague. He seems to be like obsessed with her, but like from afar, and she really doesn't interact with him at all. But it also seems like he could possibly be her dad.
That's what you thought the whole time. we were
Oh.
watching
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so I
seemed
didn't
like
get that
that to
far
me.
into it to really
Because
gather that.
There's a few hints throughout. He's also older.
Uh-huh.
They know the same lullaby from.
They know the
Yes.
same lullaby from the same place. They are
Yeah.
both from the same place.
Okay.
And he says a few things that make her seem like his child.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also been paying for all of her singing classes,
Yeah.
but
Right.
not telling it like her. That.
Yeah.
Just like,
Mm-hmm.
and he's supposed to be making a lot of money for playing violin or whatever,
Yeah.
but he's spending every dollar of it
On her
to
lessons.
a woman he's never talked to
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
pay for her singing lessons
Yep.
because he thinks she's got the stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. It's very vague, like I said, and I don't know how it's supposed to be read. I don't know how it's
What
supposed
that
to be taken.
relationship
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yep. Do not know.
I think he's just supposed to be a stalker.
Really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's that cut and dry. I like the idea that he might be her father, but I don't think that was what was intended.
Okay.
Little
Just-
head cannon.
I'm sure
Daddy
it's
Eric.
explained more in the book, if that's even what it's like.
I thought it's weird that you said that, and then also in the musical version, there's that scene where he's like pretending to be whatever in the graveyard, and there's a lot
Pretending
of like
to be your dad.
dad stuff there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too.
Yeah.
But I don't know
That's
if
a
that's
good
just him playing head games.
I think it absolutely him just playing games. This man is abusive in every word of
Yes.
every sense of the word.
He's just trying to get her to do whatever he wants.
Keep trying to hit the bing bong. I thought that was weird.
Pleasures of the flesh.
Yeah, pleasures of the flesh is where I was like,
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Oh, so your
You're just
intentions
a
aren't love, you're
stalker.
just rapey.
Yeah.
Hot.
Hot, disformed, and rapey.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And then after Eric gets acid in his face, he steals a mask and costume from the thing, and then he just like stalks around the opera for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And he's just creeping
him
around.
throwing his cape over his face
Yeah.
and then prancing off
His
all the
fucking
time.
shadow.
Yeah, his shadow everywhere.
Oh my god.
I thought there's a scene where like he drugs a girl, so she like misses her performance, so Christine has to go on. And I thought it'd be really funny if there was like a phantom, but it just more annoying than anything, like harmless but annoying, because like just mild inconveniences.
Yeah.
If Christine doesn't sing in the next performance, there'll only be crackers at concession.
He like locks out the what is it? The chief of the flies, the dude that's the stuff on top. Instead of killing him, he just like locks him out of the opera.
Yeah. He changes call time. Sends everybody an email. Yeah.
Oh man. Yep. But so Anatole and Ral in this one were my favorite part of this version.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they were so similar to each other that like they kept doing the same things and saying the same things at the same time.
Hold on, do you want to try it real quick, Savvy? Christine, They kept
something else.
They kept showing up to Christine's house and both trying to talk to her about going out.
Time.
At the
They would
exact same
accidentally
time.
show up at her house.
How far did you get into that one? What's the last thing you saw?
To be honest, I was probably about an hour in, so
Not far from the ending.
no. I wasn't too far, but it lost my interest enough to where I was like, going to the bathroom, I let the dogs out. I maybe should have given it a little bit more, but I just could not focus. I couldn't get into it enough. And I think that was my own fault too, because I have this preconcepted version and idea of what I was wanting it to be.
Right.
That was my
And it
introduction to what Phantom of the Opera completely.
There you go.
No, if you could have caught that ending, it would have made it all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Because the entire movie, me and Savvy are like, these guys are gay.
Yeah.
These guys are so gay for each other, they don't know it. And the ending scene is, they go up to Christine and they both ask her out to dinner. Yeah, because they both save her life from the Phantom.
Okay.
They're like, go to dinner with me, go to dinner with me. And she's like, why don't we all three go to dinner? Me and Savvy are like, oh, Polly?
A little Polly action?
And they both go, nah, like they're not about it.
Absolutely not.
And then thruple.
Then she like, yeah.
I literally wrote OG thruple in my notes.
Opera ghost thruple.
God damn it.
But like she runs out to her fans, and then these guys look to each other and they're like, dinner. So like.
So they go to dinner together.
Yeah, and it's on a 1930s gay note.
So, yeah.
1940s?
1940s. But yeah, they were definitely...
The whole last scene, me and Sam, we were just like, because we were just like literally talking about the entire movie.
What? It's happening.
It's happening.
But yeah, very cute. Because they also rescue her together.
I think literally right before she said, I think you said, how about we all just go to dinner? And then she said the exact line Savvy said, and we both go, oh!
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, I remember.
I like that one.
I might have to give it another try.
You should be. I mean, I would definitely watch it with someone. I wouldn't watch it like by yourself? It's
I was
fun
definitely
to, like,
by
comment
myself.
on.
I was gonna say I was
Yeah.
by myself.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll have to watch it with you guys because I don't know if I can get
Yeah.
Megan to sit down long enough to watch it with me.
Would
Christine,
you mind if
She
watches
enjoys
the old
stuff like
movies?
that.
just
Yeah.
I
you can
think
make
it's a good one.
you can make her enjoy it. Just every time somebody's walking up to Christine, follow it with Christine, a word. Yeah, I did that the entire movie.
Yeah.
They both were like jamming into the doorway. I was like, Christine, a word.
Trying to fight
Yeah.
past each other. Didn't get to
Oh.
it first.
Also in this version, the Phantom kidnaps Christine towards the end, and that's like the first time he interacts with her as the Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
And
that might have been the creepiest. Like that
Phantom.
scene alone is like the creepiest Phantom performance I saw.
yeah,
Really?
for sure.
Yeah, because he's like real creepy. He's like, I've always been
Yeah, and he
watching
sounds fucking
Yeah.
crazy. He's
Yeah.
saying all
Shit.
these different things. And then
Don't you understand? Like, is that really old timey? Like, don't you understand? It's all
Yeah.
been for you this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
and then Ral and Anatole show up, and
Bang.
yeah, he shoots the ceiling.
I think whoever was playing that part right there actually got hurt because there's a part where like a pillar falls on the Phantom,
The Phantom,
but the
yeah.
way that his body is thrown to the side when it hits him, I was like,
Yeah, so the
It
building
wasn't a
collapses.
staged fall?
no, it was 1940s. I was like, that wasn't CGI. Somebody got fucking slammed.
That hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably, honestly.
and then like I feel like there was a scene where they were like holding hands, or no, they both had like their hand on the same spot of her, like the small.
Yeah,
of
they
her
were
back.
both
Yeah.
walking Christine
Yeah,
on either
So
side
they were
of
like
her.
touching fingers.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, what the fuck? They're dating. All three of them are
They're
dating.
just together.
What is this?
Really.
40s, it was just not talked about.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm good male friendship.
A good companion.
Yeah.
And then we have our ratings.
Yes.
Just so you know
Yes.
about our rating system.
How many shots?
Yeah.
Or drinks.
Or
Shots or drinks?
shots or drinks? Okay.
I said 2 drinks. Draven, you said 3 shots.
I think it's enjoyable, but if you get an extra couple of drinks, like I think it's enjoyable sober,
Yeah.
but it's elevated with
It
drinks.
is elevated
'cause
with
it's
drinks.
Just like,
Okay.
Yeah.
you're laughing at all the goofy 1940s shit. yeah.
Exactly.
I would say probably 4 shots.
Okay.
4 shots.
Seems good.
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
And before we go on,
Mm-hmm.
I have a note here of something I should have said in the intro because it's a follow-up from our Evil Dead episode. Because I didn't do enough research.
Taking it back up.
And this is what happens when you don't. Because in both the versions we watched,
Oh,
the
yeah.
2003 one and the 2007 one, Ash was played by the same person.
That's crazy because like the whole episode, I'm like, the second Ash was way better.
Yeah.
It was just, it was just an actor perfecting his skills, is what happened.
He just got better.
Yeah, he just got better.
because so I found out more about the productions. The 2003 one was the original version that was first put on, and it was put on by some college students
Really?
in Toronto. It's a
Toronto.
Canadian show.
Okay.
And
Wait, Toronto's Canadian? Go ahead.
I will. And then he played Ash in this version we watched, the off-Broadway version
Right.
in New York. And then he also fucking played him in the revival Evil Dead musical in Toronto a few years later. So he played Ash 3 times over the span of like 10 years.
Yeah.
So obviously he got better at it and looked better at it. And he like grew out his hair and dyed it even for the
That's crazy.
second one.
Look a little more like Bruce
That's
Campbell.
why he looked completely different.
Yeah.
He got a little bit
He had, like-
meatier on his bones.
Did you watch him?
No.
In the first one, he had like short blonde hair that was almost like.
I would say it was
bangs.
like-
Okay.
Light brown.
light brown, yeah.
Okay.
And then the second one, he had the full thing.
Like a full
Yeah.
head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my bed.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan Ward. That is his name.
Ryan Ward.
Yeah.
Has he done anything else?
He's the Ash.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Beef.
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 Beef. Beef. Beef. Beef.
Beef! We want beef! We want beef! Phantom of the motherfucking Paradise. Not the actual name. Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah.
Yes.
1974.
What a thing.
What a thing. It is the first musical, in quotations, version of Phantom of the Opera.
Musical in quotations for sure. Because
Yeah.
the music is not... It's not like telling the story, but it is a part of it.
Yes.
But it's a big part of the story. Yeah.
Draven, do you wanna take the reins on this one?
Yeah, let me so in this movie
Wait. First. This one, like I said, is a very loose adaptation.
Very, very loose.
So in this one, the characters' names are Swan, Phoenix, and Winslow. Swan is the main antagonist, I would say, and he's like the manager of the Paradise, which is the opera in this version.
I would almost say it's like the Phantom is half and half. The Swan and Winslow.
Yeah. But Winslow. The Phantom is more literally Winslow.
For sure, but I mean just like characteristically.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The elusiveness.
And then Phoenix is Christine.
Yes.
Okay. Carry on.
So we open on a 1970s bar. And there's a band called the Juicy Fruits playing. The Juicy Fruits are a big part of this. Well, they're a medium part of this story.
Felt like they were going to be a large part at the beginning there.
Yeah. We see these guys playing, and then this guy's just talking straight to the camera. It was very weird, very unsettling. But this movie, we're introduced to a guy playing his own music on the piano.
Right.
And this guy's like, I must have this guy for my opening of, what do you guys remember what the name of the place was?
The Paradise.
The Paradise, yeah. Right, that makes fucking sense.
No, literally, I put it together as I'm watching. I was like, oh, the Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, there it is.
Yeah. I thought Swan was going to be the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first
I did too.
Until he just the motherfucking devil.
Yeah.
What was the thing Winslow was writing called?
Oh, Faust. That's right. Another little fun tidbit. The opera in the book that is like being performed at the opera before the Phantom comes in and starts, I don't know if he writes his own version in that actually. But it's the production that's on the opera at the time is also called Faust.
Right.
In the book.
Well, Winslow writes this thing called Faust. And Swan... Cantata is what it is. Swan wants to buy it, and he's like, he wants to only buy a couple songs from him. He's like, no, that's not how it works. And so he gets his music stolen, like in the movie. He gets his music stolen from him.
Truly stolen.
Yes.
This time.
And like, it's just like, what's the word? The way he goes about doing it, where he's like almost not assuming anything the whole time. Like, because like he gets all the way to the audition, he's like, no, I'm just gonna go in there and explain to him like, hey, well, you haven't called me back, and you're having auditions for my thing.
Because they told him they'd get in touch with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Naive, I would say.
Naive is the word I was looking for. Yeah, so he finds out that they stole his music. He's trying to be very rational about it, I believe.
I thought so.
We're at this audition scene where a bunch of women are auditioning for a song. And gets a little wacky.
It's a little...
Wacky might be the wrong word to use to describe what happened there.
Yeah. You think?
We see 8 women ushered into a room, and as the doors open, you get a peek of them being assaulted. Yes. And then, Phoenix,
thrown onto a bed.
We meet Phoenix in this audition.
And hold on. Just for a second. For some reason, the doors are so short.
Yeah. Every door is like...
It was just...
Draven mentioned that. I didn't even notice how short the doors were. I was just so taken aback by what was going on.
Every door is like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like, it was so short.
Swan is short.
Yeah,
well,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess technically we weren't in a place where Swan didn't own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had custom doors made to his height.
And then Winslow gets into an audition, which is just a bunch of women laying on a bed.
Dressed as a woman.
Yeah,
He was
Winslow is dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
And Swan comes in and he starts trying to talk to him. He's like, hey, you never talk to me. And I think he yells, get this fat out of here.
Yes,
Yes, he does.
Crazy.
Weird because he's wanting the women to have sex with each other, but yet you
Right.
called him a fat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally 19.
Yeah.
Also, he has somebody on
Absolutely.
fat control.
Yeah.
Just in case there was a man
Just
there.
in case there was a
Yeah.
man there.
Mhm.
He gets kicked out, gets
Thrown out.
He gets
The
beat the
yard.
fuck up
Beat
and
the
then
fuck
thrown
up.
out.
yeah.
Mhm.
You also told me, Jesse, that you really liked this next scene
I did.
where he's laying outside and it's the two cops.
I did.
And they're going through his purse.
Oh, yeah.
And the one guy throws a little bit of crack in there, and then or coke in there.
Yeah.
And the other cop's like, "What's this? Smack Jack?" Or some shit.
Smack is whack.
That's exactly what he says.
They framed
Smack
him.
Jack.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
framed.
Total framing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of my
And
favorite parts.
he goes, prison gets put in this program where they pull all his teeth, put a metal teeth in him. This movie's fucking nuts. Like,
it is.
I didn't like it when I was first watching it because I was like, so much is happening.
Yeah. It was
It was a
overwhelming.
lot
Yeah,
at first.
there's a lot
yeah.
to take in.
Because it
Yeah.
goes quickly.
Uh-huh.
Like the progression of him turning into this person, or
Yeah.
this thing, rather.
Mhm.
The progression is pretty quick once it happens, I
It
think.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're like, you turn around and you're like, when did he go to fucking prison?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, in the first 30 minutes of this movie, do not take a bathroom break. You,
Yeah.
you will miss so much.
Yep.
He escapes prison. I feel like there's something that happened between that. Besides,
He kills someone.
in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
The
in the way.
officer?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The officer says something to him, and he just starts beating the shit out of
He's
him.
listening to the radio and he hears
Oh,
his
yes.
song being
Oh,
played
yeah.
by
Yeah.
the Juicy Fruits, and he absolutely fucking hates the Juicy Fruits.
Yeah.
Yep. And he just loses his fucking
Just
shit.
the fact that band's name is Juicy Fruits. So funny.
Their performance in the beginning, I thought, was pretty
They
good.
killed that.
They
Except
really
for
did.
all
I'm
the
ready.
sexual
Well, that
assault
was
in the
one thing
middle
I
of the
Oh,
wrote
scene.
down.
yeah.
I really like the music in the movie. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
Is there a soundtrack to it? Can we
There
find?
Oh,
is
for
on
there?
sure.
Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah, that first performance was really good, minus all the sexual assault that happens in the middle
Yes.
of the
There's. It was a very sexual assaulty kind of movie towards women, but I feel like
Yes.
that was very time periody,
set. Very,
Absolutely.
very 70s.
very 70s.
Yeah,
Like you had to be in a bikini, bouncing your titties
a lot of
around,
bikinis in this movie.
and just you were there for men
Yeah.
Yeah.
and their enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you still don't get a big role.
Nope.
Anyways,
You have to just stand and look pretty.
Mhm.
working for nothing.
I'm sorry, still to this day. No, sorry, that's another podcast.
Wait.
I said, oh, still to this day, working for nothing.
Yeah.
Are the Juicy Fruits a real band?
I
I
asked
didn't
the
think
same
so.
exact
I don't-
thing.
I didn't think
Because
No
it's
fucking
the
shit.
Juicy Fruits.
Is that just like they did that for
Or-
the character names and stuff like that?
But these are the real names of the people.
Right. So look up Juicy Fruits on Spotify.
I'll be goddamned.
If they have other songs, I'll lose my shit. Besides Faust,
Do they?
is the Juicy Fruits a real band?
That's not them.
Oh.
Blah blah.
Damn it.
Wait.
No.
They are a real band, but I think Spotify is just like crediting them with it because they're called the Juicy Fruits.
Oh.
My fucking
Oh, I see.
God. See?
Okay.
They're a different band. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but
The way he sneaks out of prison, the fuck
oh
is that?
yeah.
this ginormous man sneaks himself inside of a box. Box still somehow gets put on the truck. Then he throws himself
Oh.
out of the truck
Yeah.
while it's moving. And just pops out. The way he popped out of that box, I was like, no fucking way.
Because he wasn't tiny. He's not tiny.
No, he's not. He's a huge man.
Yeah.
He's an absolute giant.
I love it. I love it.
And then he tries to go back and get his record or whatever again.
Mhm.
Then that's where he gets his little face thing.
His little face thing, yeah.
It's pressed with a record press. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He gets burned.
It was bad.
Heat. Yeah.
How does he lose his voice?
I think it's from
it's
screaming.
Isn't it the teeth having to do with something with his teeth? Aren't they like there was something with his teeth?
No, because he was talking after that.
Was he?
He was screaming.
No, because he had the teeth when he told the guard to turn that off the radio.
You're right.
How did he lose his voice?
Oh, I missed that.
That was when he got shot, was it? Because he got shot in the stomach the same time he got his face pressed with the record player.
Maybe it had something to do with the face press and the record
Maybe.
player on his vocal cords, possibly, if it burned all of this.
Don't remember exactly how
Don't
it
know.
happened.
We're just
Something
speculating
happens.
at this point.
Yeah.
I thought it was Swan that did it. I thought Swan did something to like take his voice away, and he's like, "I can give you your voice back." Yeah.
Yes.
Dolby.
Filters.
Filters. Dolby. Yeah, this movie was a fucking nut house.
It really was. I mean, from beginning to end, it was just pretty epic. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
One of my favorite.
And it just gets wilder, and you don't think it can. It does.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
This movie has its own chandelier, but it's not an actual chandelier. It's a lightning bolt prop.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice the reference to Cincinnati
No.
that Beef made? When he was like,
Yes.
I'm going back home to my mom in Cincinnati.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of which, beef.
My favorite character in
So,
the movie.
What happens is Winslow blows up the juicy fruits, kills him with a bomb on stage.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100% forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's how they were no more.
Straight
Because,
murder the juicy fruits.
Swan is producing Faust into a whole stage production.
Yes.
And then I think after that, after he blows up the juicy fruits, after he blows up the juicy fruits, Winslow starts working with Swan
Yes.
to write his own.
Because he tells Winslow basically like, you stop doing all this crazy shit, I'll give you your voice back.
Mhm.
You will run this production. You'll see at auditions. Come to auditions, you'll see.
Yeah. And then Phoenix comes to the audition.
Our Christine, this movie.
Yeah. And Swan likes her. He lets her sing. Not you, Alexa.
Sorry. I thought I heard my name.
It's cool, just pay more attention.
She's never said that before. Okay.
She had to make an appearance.
Yeah.
We had to cut her out of the Chandler episode.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I just don't know if we can, like, with copyright, allow her voice.
Oh.
I'll have to look it up.
Gotcha.
But what the fuck was I saying?
Phoenix
Picks
comes-
at the audition.
does the audition. She
Yes.
sings the song.
Yes.
She gets hired, but Swan is like, you gotta write
Yeah.
a new thing in a week.
Yes, he had a
Gave him a
week.
week. Shut him
In
in
a
for a
week,
week.
you gotta write a whole show for her.
Mm-hmm.
Fed him a bunch
Also-
of uppers.
Yeah,
There's
gave
others.
him a lot of pills.
There's the big theme in this movie, drug intake.
Yes.
Yeah, drugs and
Huge.
sexual assault.
Yes.
70s.
70s. Yeah, that scene where he's giving him his voice back basically puts like a Darth Vader voice box on
Right.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he's singing while wired up, and it just sounds shitty, and it slowly gets better and better and better.
Mhm.
But the whole time that it's getting better,
Mhm.
you have Swan over there going, filters. He
Yeah.
clicks a button. Dobies clicks a button. Like it's in like the middle of this really dramatic song.
Mhm.
It was hilarious.
The whole thing was really funny.
It was, yeah.
And then after he writes this whole showpiece for Phoenix, Swan turns his back on Winslow and starts trying to look for new talent because he said he likes Phoenix, but she's too perfect, and he doesn't accept perfect in anybody but himself.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so he makes her a backup singer.
Makes her backup singer.
And he finds
Beef.
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 Beef. Beef.
Beef.
Beef. Beef.
Beef.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Beef!
Yeah.
I smell like beef! I smell like beef!
You know, that's technically a dated reference now.
Fine. Anyway.
I'm with it.
Beef is an interesting character.
Truly is.
Swan says he's from Transylvania, but we later find out that he is from Cincinnati.
Right here.
Yep.
right here in Cincinnati.
Turns out he's a Bengals fan. He's not Dracula.
I don't think he would be into football.
He's
Anyway,
not Dracula.
Maybe the Ben gang.
he also has 3 backup singers that are the same actors who played the Juicy Fruits.
Yes.
But they're not the Juicy Fruits because they're dead.
Yeah, it's same actors.
Same
actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We do need to find out, though, if they were trying to be fake audience members that they were cutting limbs and heads off of, or
that
if it was just
so
really bad
confusing.
You can get the whole film transcript. It's like the first thing you Google when you Google, Phantom of the Paradise monologue. It just gives you the whole movie script. But I wonder if that's in there because, there's a scene where it's the coolest idea.
Yeah, we get to the show and the 3 ex-Juicy Fruit backup singers, the Juicy Fruit singers,
The revived Juicy Fruits.
They sing the opening, and during the opening, which is a fucking cool song, for some reason they have sword blades on the ends of guitars, and they
And on the microphone.
oh yeah, and on the
it was
microphone.
on the microphone, yep.
And they start slicing audience members.
And then handing them back to
And they
all
take the
these-
parts
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they take the parts and put them back on the stage because
They're sending them to women who are sewing. That's all you can see them doing.
Yeah. And it's basically like a Frankenstein thing where
Also,
they take these parts and
before you get any further with this,
Yeah.
I just want to say, Beef, for the first 10 minutes he's in the movie, you don't hear him talk, you just hear him do this really bad grunge singing or whatever.
Mhm.
And then the second he talks, he's just he goes from singing almost
yeah.
and to go and they say something and he goes, I will not prance on stage in drag.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's how you talk.
That's
your
how
voice.
you sound. Wow. And he wears makeup and has a little symbol
It's
on
somewhere
the
you
side
would
of
put
his
a mole, and
Yeah.
he always has a
I
little
almost
symbol.
thought it was a
right there.
shamrock. I couldn't.
He
But
changes
he changes it every scene.
all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when we
one time it
first
is
saw
a
him,
shamrock.
He was it the Scorpio?
No, not
No.
the first time. I don't remember.
In the
what it
shower
was.
scene, what did he have? It was the M with the tail on the end of it.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Yeah, that's Scorpio.
So he had the Scorpio side, and then the scene where he's leaving because he just got threatened in the shower by the Phantom.
He has the shamrock.
He has the Shamrock.
The Shamrock.
It immediately changed. He took the time after being threatened to be like, well, gotta change. Dressed
It
as
was the
Santa
cocaine.
Claus.
It
Yeah.
was the cocaine. He was like, this minor detail really
Yeah.
matters right now.
You're right.
I'm going. Yeah, he says I'm going to my mother in Cincinnati.
Because the Phantom threatens him
Yeah,
in the shower with a plunger on his face.
It's if anybody sings, but I almost said Christine.
Christine.
If anybody sings but Phoenix tonight,
They'll die.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, they're tossing these body parts to the back of the stage to women sewing. Then a big veil gets picked up, and who is it? Beef. It's fucking Beef.
Yeah,
And
motherfucking Beef.
could not sing the entire movie until that song. Everything he did sounded awful until he
I
started
didn't
doing
think
that
it
song.
sounded awful. It just
It's-
did not sound as good as the last
It
song.
sounded intentionally bad to me.
Oh.
That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking. It was intentionally screechy.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, it was
just-
screechy.
Well, I feel like there's something else I wanted to say about. Oh, the scene where right before he gets threatened, where he has the little snuff spoon and the cocaine, and he
oh, yeah.
takes 2 and then just puts his fucking nose in it.
yeah.
I love that he tried to take a drink and he spit it out, and then he tried to take a pill and he spit it out, and then the cocaine he just dumps it.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then the scene where the guy's like, you have to get back up on that stage, you have no choice, and he's like, take this pill, and he goes, oh, that'll bring me down.
Yep.
Yeah, so Beef's playing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He kills it.
He fucking kills.
Absolutely fucking crushes it.
It's amazing.
He does too well though, and he's singing in the show after the Phantom warned him, and so the Phantom kills him.
Sends an electric bolt prop down and strikes him with it, and he gets he gets electrocuted, but it's a bad effect. It's like some Bill Nye the Science Guy getting electrocuted type shit. It's just him shaking, but they're cutting one frame in between each frame. You know what I mean? Like we're just
not so great,
jumpy.
But... Yeah. It's not the best, and I genuinely don't remember what happens like after that.
Yeah.
Oh right, they have Phoenix sing the rest of the show because she's the only one that can do it, and then Swan. She's a sensation, and Swan takes her in.
He sees how much he can make off of her, basically, by making her a star.
And
also,
then,
the Phantom just randomly kills the Spotlight
poor
guy.
Poor Spotlight guy.
Yeah.
Gave Beef a big chance, and then until the Spotlight guy just fucking...
Yeah.
Kid.
Why couldn't you plunger the Spotlight guy?
Yeah. Just tell him to go. He will. He's just not getting paid that much.
No.
Yeah.
You're it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You can literally be like, can I take the Spotlight from you? You'd be like, yeah, you're up here. I don't know how the fuck you got up here. So.
You go ahead. I'm going to go smoke this joint real quick.
I'll be back in 5. Oh, you got me covered? Thanks, man.
Thanks.
You're my relief for the Sweet.
Then what happened? Oh, yeah, it starts making money off of Phoenix.
Yeah, and then we find out that basically the whole time Swan had a deal with the devil.
Ooh, before that, though, Phoenix and Swan
get together.
Winslow sees Phoenix and Swan together.
That is not before that.
That is not before that.
No.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
thought that was when he tried to kill himself.
Yeah, that's the last thing that happens.
Well, because
Isn't it?
The thing that happened... No, it's not. The thing that happens is Winslow, before he writes the show, he's given this very obviously made from hell fucking contract.
Yeah.
Signed it in blood.
Yes.
To Swan, and then after that, that's when that happens. It's almost like right after the show, I want to say, or maybe a couple of shows after that.
Mm-hmm.
But he follows Swan back home once he busts out and sees Phoenix and Swan doing the dirty together.
Yeah, because he turned on the camera because Swan could see him above them watching.
Swan was watching him watch them.
Yeah.
Fucking creeper vibes, dude. For real.
From both of them. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's a whole voyeurism
when you're
thing.
stalking your stalker. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he tries... But then Winslow tries to fucking kill himself. He stabs himself.
Right.
And then Swan comes up there and he's like, contract says it's not over till I'm done. So he's not dead. And the wound just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
He wipes off.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit. Yeah.
But then when we find out that when he finds those reels or whatever and he plays the
yes,
movie.
that's right. That's when we find out
that he had made the deal with
and
the devil.
He had also gotten Phoenix
to
sign
do
another
it
contract.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or they like a marriage contract or something because
something along those lines.
The whole final scene is basically a wedding on stage that Winslow disrupts, and Swan goes on stage wearing a mask. That's why I said he's kind of like also the Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also like the evil side of the Phantom, and Winslow's more like the
feelings side. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did he start? Does anybody know why his face started melting?
Because he destroyed all the reels.
He destroyed the reels, so those contracts were then null and void.
Yeah. They're gone now.
Are gone now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he kills...
Was that from your job?
Yep. It's fine. Some grown-up things slip out every now and again.
Yeah.
So...
The oases of death. Damn it.
He kills Swan during this little wedding scene or whatever. Or they were gonna kill Phoenix on stage. That was the original plan.
I was gonna say they had the sniper guy set up to kill Phoenix.
And then Winslow knocks the gun and he shoots fucking
the preacher.
The preacher, and then Winslow goes on there and kills Swan. And then when he kills Swan, his wound opens back up where he tried to kill himself, and he dies right there on the stage.
Yeah.
And then it's like
Everyone
her trance
but
is
Phoenix
kind of
dies.
and it's almost like her trance is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she realizes who he was again.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody there is absolutely fucking high out of their mind.
Yeah, they're fucking
Yes, they
going wild.
There's this
They're
one dude that
loving every minute of it.
carried Swan or something, and he was like just covered in blood, and like
Yeah.
you can see him in the background the whole time. He's just like dancing with the blood and shit.
Oh my god.
There's a part where he wipes it on like I was watching this guy in the background the whole time, and he like literally wipes the blood on another girl's face, and she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah," it's fucking nuts.
Holy shit. Yeah, this movie is just drugs. Like, in every sense.
In every sense.
It made me feel like I was doing drugs.
Exactly. Yeah.
It probably would have been good to be a little drugged.
A little drug, yeah.
I mean, you never know. Get a
You
hold
never
of
know.
it.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was enjoyable to watch.
Mm-hmm.
What did I write down for my? Because I did not like it when I originally watched it. I was too confused to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, I'm like, no, that was a fun watch. That was a good time.
Oh, for your rating?
Yeah.
We both said 6.
6.
6
Yeah.
shots or 6 drinks?
6 shots
Both.
for me. 6
Ooh.
drinks from Savvy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But, you know,
I said 3.
I
3
would say
drinks.
upon reflection, I would also agree with 3. 3 drinks and a joint.
I'm gonna stick.
Oh, I like that. 3 drinks in a bowl.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with 6 shots because I feel like you have to be thoroughly intoxicated to understand.
To understand. It probably
You have
is
to
a
be under
different
the
level.
influence of
Yeah.
something, some
Yeah.
substance.
This
Take
is
your
not a
pick.
sober
Yep.
watch.
No.
It's
No, it's not a
absolutely
sober.
I
for
did
sure.
drink a couple drinks last night while I
Okay.
was watching it.
That's good.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As especially if you start it sober and you're like, I can't.
I can't.
Something has to change here.
Hold on. Glug, 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 glug.
Yep. Not good. But no, it
Yeah.
was a fun watch.
It was.
I
It
could
is.
see myself watching it again because I can see
Same.
why it became so. It got horrible reviews, I guess,
Mhm.
and then it came back more of a cult classic. now,
Yeah,
at
That
it's
this
makes
definitely
sense.
a cult classic. Yeah.
Reed's is a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. I wonder if it was probably because of like the sexual assault stuff and
Mhm.
like not being able to tell if like the creators of the movie were doing commentary on like all drugs and sexual
Uh-huh.
assault, or
We're doing
they were just like
drugs
this
and
is
sexual
this is
sexual
good.
assault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's kind of like
very
the
true.
if you're doing commentary on sexual assault during an audition,
hmm
it's like, are
They-
you
they-
technically still doing that by like
Right.
making it look like that happened to do commentary on it
Yeah.
kind of thing?
There
you
has
know
to
what
be
I
a
mean?
little truth to everything that's put in.
Little
So I
bit. It's
think
Yeah.
as it goes on, you're like, oh, Swan is the bad guy, like the baddest bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down. I said Swan is just a complete asshole.
Yes.
He's literally almost the devil.
Well,
he's a
legit.
step under the devil.
Yes.
Works for the
Yes.
devil.
Works
Mhm.
for the devil. Right.
That scene I thought was pretty cool, where he's talking to himself in the mirror,
Yeah,
but
that
like
is cool.
it's the devil on one side of the mirror and
Yes.
it's him on the other
I
side.
like where he was like, "I'm stoned. How do I know if this is?"
Oh
real?"
yeah.
Honey, I'm stoned. But I thought that was cool. Also, the idea that Swan, even though it was a prodigy at what he was doing, he set up a camera and he started talking to the camera and said, "I'm gonna kill myself because I'm getting old and I can't let that happen."
Yeah.
And that's just a crazy idea to me.
That
For
is,
sure.
yeah. He was definitely something going on in the head.
Mhm.
He was already as narcissistic as he could be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
To the point of suicide. Can you imagine being so in love with yourself you want to kill
wanna kill
yourself?
yourself?
Because
Yeah.
you're
No thanks.
wasting
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah. But then he doesn't look that young
No.
throughout the whole
No,
movie.
I mean it's weird because they made him look younger in that scene, but he just looks old.
I think it was just
Yeah.
because he had short hair.
I think that's what it was. The long hair made him look old.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He also looks like a cross between the worst features of David Bowie and Elton John.
Definitely. Definitely.
So
Go.
do that what
Did-
you will.
Did anybody notice the bikinis that had the fur on them? The
Yeah.
black
Yes, the
ones?
black
Yeah.
That they looked like giant bushes.
Yes.
Okay. Because that is what...
Yes, because they showed it from behind and there was stuff hanging down. I was like, whoa.
Whoa, girl.
Oh my.
That's a lifelong growth.
Yeah.
That one scene
Never shave.
really bugged me. The blowing up the car scene.
Yes.
There's a lot of times where there were too many panels on the screen. Like,
Oh, yeah.
too much
You couldn't
to pay
figure
attention
out where
to.
you were supposed to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing that bugged me about this movie.
I will agree.
It was just like,
I will
I
agree.
don't know which one I need to be focusing on because there's no way I'm doing it on all of them.
There's things happening in both. It's filmed like some of it, those parts are like filmed like a music video.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely
Yeah.
enjoyable, though.
We've been talking about this one for 40 minutes.
I know,
Damn.
we're at an hour 15 and we have 2 more versions to get through.
Wow.
So let's go.
Let's get into it.
So
Get
go
into
ahead,
it.
Sammy, let's roll.
The 2004 Phantom of the Opera, the one that started it all for many of us, with Gerard Butler and... Oh, hold on. Wait, before we move on from Phantom of Paradise, let me tell you who the actors were.
Oh. We just went straight into it.
And how can you
Yeah.
not? We said we weren't going to
It's
talk about it.
Paul Williams. I believe that's Swan. William Finley is Winslow, and Jessica Harper is Phoenix.
Yes.
And then in Phantom of the Opera 2004, it is Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum? Rossum? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which she is 16 in this movie.
What?
Yes.
I thought she was 18.
Nope, she was 16. I was actually looking it up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, let me...
How old is Gerard Butler?
I think
He was older.
She was 16?
He was probably 30 when that happened. I'll look up Gerard Butler, you look up.
Yeah.
Oh my. He was 35. Also, his birthday is November 13th. I didn't know that. November 13th, 1969 is Gerard Butler's birthday. In case anyone wanted to know.
She was born in 86. She's a year younger than me. Accomplished a lot more. I'm gonna have to find where I wikied. I think I wikied it.
I'll calculate.
But there was the original role was supposed to go to who did Princess Diaries.
Oh, really?
She was 18. At least when it came out.
Okay, because it says that she was offered. She took the role at 16.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, whoever was, what's her name? Princess Diaries. What can I think of?
Oh, Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway.
Yes. So it was supposed to originally be Anne Hathaway. She had to turn it down because it overlapped with Princess Diaries too.
Damn.
So then it was given to, yeah. Could you imagine?
Can you imagine turning on Phantom of the Opera for Princess Diaries too?
Right. Right. I'm just saying. But
Are
yeah,
you a
that was
real
one of the most
thespian?
interesting facts that I found out.
That's the day you're not a thespian anymore and you're just an actor.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're really just in it
Yeah.
for the money.
I like this one a lot. It had a very nice aesthetic to it. Like when
Yes,
it's
it's
like
visually very satisfying. It's very beautiful.
Yes.
it's like when you think of Phantom of the Opera. I mean, I imagine that's why when you think of the Phantom of the Opera, you think of shit like that because of the movie.
The
But
like gothic
Yes.
Gothic
romance.
It's more like light Gothic, more old royalty kind of shit. You know what I mean? Where
I
it's
would say romantic gothic.
romantic Gothic. Okay.
Yeah.
Goth light.
Yeah, like goth.
Yeah. I mean, it's the classic Phantom story.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
the Andrew Lloyd Webber version, which is the main musical.
That's
There
what
are
people think
other
of,
musical
yeah.
versions of Phantom, but this is the one that everyone knows.
This one, the thing about this one compared to the other ones we watched, even though I know that those are not like the Phantom of the Opera we came here to see, much vaguer. Like a lot more vague kind of stuff that you have to like.
The older ones or this one?
This one.
Oh.
The older ones, from top to bottom, explain it all to you.
Oh, right.
Because those ones are more about the Phantom than anything else.
Right.
Mhm.
This is more about the relationship
Yeah.
of her with the Phantom, her with Raoul.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told Draven when we started watching it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they kind of just like breeze over his backstory. But like,
Yes.
more what I mean is like where his obsession for her came from, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I
not that
took
that
it
was
as-
exactly explained in the first Phantom of the Opera we watched.
Right.
But like you can see that he's probably just a fucking weirdo.
Just fucking
yeah.
Right.
weird.
I took it as like he has heard her sing since she's been at the opera.
In the original one?
And this one.
Oh, okay.
That's what I always thought.
That makes sense.
happens.
Because he's always been there.
Yeah. He's always stalking around. I
Always
mean,
will
he
be.
is. He is a creep. He lurks in the shadows and like in the tunnels and just stays out of sight so that he can exist for free in the
In the opera.
in the opera. Yeah.
Out of sight.
Yep.
I always thought that her dad had something to do with, not necessarily as the angel of music per se, but as somebody he's put her in the place where she needed to be, where somebody was going to nurture her future kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was what I took from
Like
it.
maybe, what's the one lady's name? Meg's mom?
Meg Giry. Madame Giry. I
Madame
don't know her
Giry,
first name.
yeah.
Marjorie, yeah. Like
Yeah.
maybe it was like a
Yeah, like
she's
yeah.
the angel of music kind of like I'll send you an angel of music. Yeah.
Exactly. Like she took her in and then presented her to the Phantom
Yeah.
at a young age, and that sounded kind of rapey, but
No,
in
I
that
think-
sense.
My thoughts are that like because in is it Angel of Music when the mirror scene when they
Mhm.
first
Yeah.
Yes.
interact with
Yeah.
each other, that's
Yes.
the first time they see each other in person.
Right.
But she says something along the lines of like, finally show yourself, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she seemed to recognize his voice.
Right.
My thought is that they kind of like sing to each other.
Because she does say earlier,
And that's why she thinks he's the angel of music, because she thinks he's an angel that her father says.
well, she also says
Yes.
earlier that she's like, I've been having lessons, and they go, with who? And she's like, I don't know.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so maybe,
exactly.
maybe they just like
Sing-
teaching her through the wall
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
She has her lessons like
With a go.
Yeah. With the angel of music.
how crazy would that be though?
Can you imagine? Yeah,
Insane.
imagine if that was you and you're just like the first
And
night
that's
it
why
happens.
she's like so excited and so
yeah,
like stricken
stricken with what?
stricken by him,
I think
smitten by
I like
him.
that.
smitten.
she is just like in this trance kind of thing because she
Yeah.
thinks he's fucking
The actual angel.
the angel of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so yeah. So yeah.
Do you think it puts her in a trance when he sings to her?
I
think she's mesmerized by it.
well,
I think she's just like astonished.
I mean, like
Really.
in the Broadway version that we watched,
Mhm.
it definitely seems like that might
More
be
like
the
a
case
trance.
because of the graveyard scene.
Right.
Oh,
And,
right,
like,
yeah.
he's like yelling to her. He's like, Christine.
Christine.
But, like, because he's singing, she's just like,
Yeah.
you know
right.
what I mean? Like,
And that's how he holds his power over her
Mhm.
is by
Yeah.
singing to her.
because
Mhm.
it might just tie back into that he is the angel of music to her. So
She's
it's
her.
like, and like she's taught herself that this voice is
Is it?
what music is made of. Type
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
Yep.
This voice is my passion.
Yes.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah. That's a very good
And he
descriptor.
tries to use that against her.
Yes.
A lot.
Mhm.
I was going to say, I think he does use it against her
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Mhm.
Quite often.
Yeah.
That, I mean, yeah.
Phantom's
She's
a
probably
bad
like
guy.
in this one,
Mm-hmm.
his backstory is that he was born with his birth defect.
Right.
And he was raised in the freak show, basically,
But he's a prodigy.
in the cage.
Otherwise.
Yeah, he's very smart and like makes things.
Architect, inventor,
And, composes
magician,
music.
composer. Yeah.
And
Which explains like
then
they give
he,
you
lives
everything.
in the sewers, so of course he's fucking crazy and a creep because he has no interaction
has-
with humans.
I was going to say he's never had interaction with human.
when they
Yeah.
when they start listing off all the things that he's a prodigy and it's like everything where you're like, Oh, so it's everything you would need to be able to sneak around a giant opera and trick everybody into thinking you're a ghost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
A ghost composer. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. Yep.
Because it's, what is it? Magician, architect, composer, inventor.
I think that's it.
Yes. Yeah.
He was
That
like
kind of shit,
everything.
yeah.
He's intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took acting classes at Stanford.
Juilliard.
New acting.
Number one
Juilliard,
acting school in the U.S. right there.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit more about this version and the actors.
It was the specific version.
Okay.
Yeah. Gerard Butler.
Tell us what you think about Gerard Butler. Saturday.
I love Gerard Butler. Okay. But he is not tone deaf. He can sing. He is not the Phantom type, though. He is not such a good singer that he should be playing the Phantom.
I definitely like.
Fair. Fair.
He's a good singer. Just he can't sing opera, and this is literally called Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, he does a lot of, like, to sneak past some stuff, he does a lot of, like, whispering, or, like, you know what I mean? What was the other thing he does?
Like a grovel kind of.
Yeah, like,
like a rock.
what did I
type.
compare it to? It was like, the one guy in Les Mis.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Where they use that gravel to, like, hide that they are not actually...
Can't get that.
They can't,
Nope.
yeah.
Yes.
A lot of graveling and a lot of whispering to get through stuff he can't
I
do.
would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
But he is hot as fuck.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Fine
as
as
hell.
shit.
Yeah.
Killer fashion sense.
Dude,
All
that
of the
masquerade scene,
Dude, the
Yes.
masks he wore were so cool. They
Yeah.
fit his
Phenomenal.
face perfectly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just not when you think of a phantom,
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
what
Yeah.
you would want. Now,
you think of it as for the
Because
sex appeal.
he wasn't like
Yes,
he wasn't
yes,
like
yes.
Yeah.
ruggedly handsome either, like the other
Mhm.
ones where he was just like cut and clean,
Mhm.
Right.
attractive.
pretty-
A
Yeah.
pretty,
man.
A pretty boy.
phantom.
Yeah.
if
Yes.
there was a thing.
He was the one, yeah.
Yeah.
But then too, was it more toward leaning because it was made into a movie?
For sure, it was
And not
definitely-
necessarily the on stage production.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Well, you can tell that just by them casting Gerard Butler, a
Right.
big name. So
Yeah.
like,
Right.
even
right.
though there probably would have been better choices.
Absolutely,
sure.
there were better
But-
choices.
Yeah, it was definitely for a wider audience kind of thing because it was a big
Yes.
production.
Right.
So
Yeah, and it did, introduce a lot of people to it, including me. So
Mhm.
I can't dog on it too much. And I did love it for a very long time.
It's good to grow apart from things sometimes, I mean, even if
Yeah.
you're nostalgic about them.
To adapt and grow,
It's okay
Exactly.
to...
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't have to, like, hold on to your mistakes as part of your personality. You can
Exactly.
accept that they were mistakes.
Yes.
Yes.
And this was a mistake for me.
Yeah. It's good that it happened, but I wish it happened another way. Kind of
Yes.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything about anybody in it?
Let me think. Didn't think the guy who plays Raoul,
Mm-hmm. Patrick Wilson.
not the slightest bit attractive to me.
I
Oh.
thought that as well at
Yeah.
first. But watching it back the other day, I was like, oh.
Just doesn't
He
do
looks
it for
like
me.
Something about the
He looks
hair
like
and
yeah, the hair is not it.
I
For
think the
him.
hair ruins it for me. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His face is not built for long hair. He's more like a...
He just looks like those Greek like bust statues.
Yeah.
yes.
Like in real life.
I think he's sexy as hell.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely, like, attractive, but just, like,
Just not your cup of tea.
not my cup of tea. Gerard Butler, no.
Hey.
Yeah. He was also a pretty good singer. And
Yeah,
Yes,
that
he
guy
was.
was. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
So
I really, really liked... I liked all of the songs. And the big thing I really like about this musical version is just, like, it's the only musical I listen to, and I don't get super excited. I get really calm. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just like,
Yeah.
All-
yes, music.
all the music is so, like, just... technically good. There's not like a lot of like mixing it up, but it's so like technically good, really thought out, really like it's just like, and it doesn't push a lot of things either, you know what I mean? Like it's still amazing, but it's not pushing the envelope by any means.
Yeah.
It's like
a classic musical.
Yeah, it's just like it definitely feels like something I would want to fall asleep to. You know what I mean? Not something I put on wanting to
and
watch.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do fall asleep to it. It's very calming to me. It's very relaxing. Even the excited scenes still are very relaxing.
I really like songs I really liked were I really like Masquerade. I really like what's the one song that he sings right after the one play? The one he wrote. Where it was like can't remember how it
Past
goes.
the point of no return.
After
that one, when he's singing,
it's like
to
a
her,
callback.
I think that's just part of Point of No Return. But when he's singing to Christine,
after he's taken his mask
it's
off.
All I Ask of You.
All I Ask
of You, I really like too.
Yes.
I like that one. I really like that, like the rooftop scene. It's probably my favorite scene. I really like the movie version a lot better, actually, because you get that pain throughout the whole conversation and in his face. He's just like, fucking wrecked, dude. Like that scene gave me chills. Like, and even right now, like I fucking my scalp's tightening up because thinking about him just like hiding and just like hearing all this shit, and be like, oh, but I love her.
Right.
It's his fault though. He hurt himself.
And he
for stalking.
Doesn't let up, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't catch a hint.
No.
He's like, I'm going to keep jabbing this knife in and twisting it.
Yes.
You know, fear can turn to love.
That's right.
One of my least favorite quotes from this musical.
Yeah.
I feel like there's... Oh, also, now I hate pleasures of the flesh. I never want to hear that again in my life.
Flesh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, yeah, there's like a song where he lays it all out to her and is like, well, I wanted to have sex with you, but you're kind of being a bitch about it.
Okay, I literally only have one note written here, and it's Draven thought the Phantom interruption.
Oh, dude, I was so pissed off watching the movie.
during the second like show that they do with the poor fool, he makes me laugh thing.
Yeah.
When he interrupts them, he thought it was worse than him murdering the dude at the end of Act 1.
I was so pissed. I was like, how fucking rude to stop the middle of a production. You think a theater nerd like he is would know better.
Right.
You just don't do it.
Just in the middle of a show, I was so pissed. I was like, never, ever, ever in a million fucking years.
Man.
That's great.
I was angry, like to my core, upset.
You were. And then I also wrote that you realized Gerard couldn't sing at the end of Act 1.
Yeah.
It took you a minute.
What was the song?
It was All I Ask of You.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, those two singing together, they sound great.
Sound great when he has her over him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where somebody else could do all the heavy lifting. Yeah. Which should not be the Phantom. It's somebody that needs to be carried.
You have to carry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Agreed.
And we didn't do a rating for it, so.
Oh yeah.
Do you wanna do that?
A little quick rating for it. 2 shots to get past Gerard Butler singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's a 4-shotter for me.
4-shotter.
4-drinker. 4-drinker for me.
I'm going to say 2 drinks because I've thoroughly enjoyed it sober.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
true.
Really have.
I changed mine to 1 Ambien.
A Seroquel and a shot.
I guess we'll talk about the Broadway performance and then get out of here.
Yeah, so it's actually the West End 25th anniversary version in 2011, which means Phantom is now how old? Brain 36.
Yes, if it was 20,
36 years old
30,
now.
25.
Jesus
25
Christ.
In 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, 36.
That's fine.
Yikes.
Thanks, Abby.
You're welcome.
37 over here. yikes.
Maybe
I'm like,
you are
son
the
of a
Phantom.
bitch. It's fine.
Wait, when was your birthday?
February?
No, your birth year. Sorry.
85.
She wasn't saying yikes because it seems old. She was saying yikes because she's bad.
No,
at
I
math.
know. I was just...
Yeah.
I was just being stupid. Again,
You were born a year before Phantom
Yes.
Yeah.
was born. So
Maybe.
it's been her the whole time. I've been here the whole time.
She's been pausing the podcast. She's been doing all the technical
Oh
difficulties.
shit! She was the one that touched my shoulder the whole time.
She just ran out of the room with her cape around her mouth.
That's why we couldn't see her. Oh no! Now I'm gonna hear that in my basement tonight, but I'll know this time.
At least you know it's just me.
Oh man.
No worries.
What
I
if-
give less creepy though vibes.
Yeah.
even though technically a stage performance is less is a bad word to use because it's all there in one take live,
Mm-hmm.
right? But like like physically what you're able to do
Right.
is restricted.
Mhm.
But that and like being able to go past those boundaries like they do in that, like with the fireworks in the fucking audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts, with the giant chandelier above the audience, even though everybody knows what happens in the Phantom of the Opera, it's
Mhm.
surprising anybody sits in that little section.
Like, hell no.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get weirdos like me that is like, I want the fucking chandelier to fall on me.
This is how I want to die.
This is what I want to happen.
It's stunning. Like the just like, and it all to work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Live multiple times with
Right.
Yeah,
all
in
this
one
crazy
go.
shit going
Yeah.
on, and performances too are just that much more amazing because
Mhm.
you can trust the genuality of them. Is
Yeah.
that a word? Genuality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can make it a word.
Yeah.
Congeniality.
They have one take.
That's the impressive part of
Yeah.
it.
It's
It's literally live,
Yeah.
and they get one go.
Mm-hmm. My one and only gripe with this version, and it applies to all like filmed versions of stage productions, is that if there are multiple angles,
hmm
there is guaranteed something else happening that is not in that frame,
for sure.
and you lose that if you're not like an audience member.
Guess
Right.
you should have gone and seen it live then.
But like,
So you're saying they should have just shot it from audience perspective the whole...
One shot.
I would be great if you could choose, like,
Gotcha.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Watch
to
it both
just
ways.
watch the one recording, because there should have been just one steady camera there. the
Yeah,
whole
if
time
there was like
anyway.
Right.
one
that they went
seat that
to.
was like in the audience designated for a
Mhm.
camera, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then because with the frame, like switching between shots, somebody edited it that way, and they chose to show those things, and so we are seeing it through that person's perspective,
Mhm.
which is different from like a movie because it's planned that way
Yeah.
in a movie. But on a stage production, you're planning it for the entire audience to see
yeah.
everything.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a good point.
I really, really like the Phantom in this one.
Me.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
good.
Let me pull up the names.
Oh yeah.
Give credit where credit's due.
Exactly. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, because you said he's Armenian and...
He's Iranian
Iranian.
and Canadian. Her name is Sierra Bogus. Bogus. Bodges. Bogges. And his name is Raymond Karimloo? Karimloo? It's probably Karimloo.
Kareem?
It's either Raymond or... No, it's Raymond. How else would you pronounce that?
Everybody loves Raymond.
It's Ramin, and his last name is Karimloo.
Ramin.
Ramin Karimloo? Maybe.
Maybe.
But
Could be butchering
he
it.
had absolutely no formal training,
Oh yeah.
That's phenomenal. to
which
me.
is fucking stupid. He is so good.
He's really good. Stupid
So
was
good.
an interesting word to use, I think.
It is. Like, are you fucking... You don't have any formal training, and you can sing like that, and you're the Phantom for the 25th anniversary production on the West End in the biggest fucking theater. Like,
Right.
It's
okay. Flex a little harder. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of things were... The screens was cool.
Yes.
That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm
How
not
they
usually...
made the big screen the mirror
Yeah.
when she went through them.
I'm not really a big fan of shit like that on
Mhm.
stage performance,
Mhm.
but I really liked it in this for some reason. Especially
Yeah.
that where, like, there was definitely like a camera right there above the one's panel,
Yes.
and they used it as a mirror.
Yeah,
that was really
I thought
cool.
that was sick.
Also, the part where they mirrored the audience and she
Mhm.
turned around and bowed to the mirrored
Uh-huh.
audience.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
They used it sparingly. They
Yeah.
didn't, like, use it all the time.
It was mostly curtains.
Yep.
Yeah. Or candles if we were with the Phantom.
Yes.
hmm I really liked how there was a physical curtain, and it synced up with the curtain on the screen.
Oh, yeah? I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
I did
Yeah.
not either.
Because it's so smooth. Like, it's hard to tell.
That's
Also,
impressive.
in every version but Phantom of the Paradise, the orchestra pit plays a big role,
Mhm.
Yes.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
They do in the first one because that's where the Phantom
That's
comes
where the
from.
Phantom
yeah,
came from.
it's the
Yeah.
orchestra pit. And then in the movie, the what do you call that? The conductor,
Maestro.
the maestro,
hmm
always has a say. Like
Yeah.
he's it's and then in this one, the orchestra pit was above everybody.
That's
which
what I
is
thought was
Yeah.
interesting. I've never seen
Yeah.
a production with orchestra on top.
Yeah.
above all
Because
the
they made
actors.
them,
Yeah.
like, part of the show.
Yeah.
hmm
He was the maestro in that they all talked to.
Yeah,
Talked
yeah.
to maestro.
Right.
It was really cool.
hmm It is.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, how often does a movie include the orchestra pit like that? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
especially like a musical.
hmm
Comparing the movie to the musical, there's definitely some interesting choices. Like, in the movie, there's a lot of scenes that are sung because, or in the musical, everything's sung because
Right.
it's an opera.
Right.
And in the movie, there's a lot of things that are turned into just speaking lines.
Yeah.
And then vice versa, kind of. That's where we get Gerard Butler going, "Leave now," or whatever.
Go
Yeah.
now.
Go now.
Now.
Go now
but in
and
the
leave
musical,
me.
that scene was powerful. That in the
Yeah.
movie, it was a goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yes.
I like the musical version of that scene, or
Yes.
the
'Cause
musical,
he's-
the finale.
the finale. Yeah.
Because he's just screaming, he's "Leave me,
Yeah.
go." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
"Leave me alone."
As hard as he possibly could.
Yeah.
He
And
is
you really
screaming.
feel it.
Yeah, you're
like,
"Ugh."
his pain. Like you're like, oh God, maybe
Yeah.
he is sorry. He just
Yeah.
needs some human affection.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he just needed it, yeah.
But-
Pleasures of the flesh.
God damn it.
Maybe that's all he wanted this
That's
entire
all he
time was just a
wanted.
kiss.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
The shaking of his hands.
Oh, dude,
Mhm.
that scene was nuts.
That was intense.
What an amazing acting choice.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Where he's like reaching back for her to grab his hands
In point of no return.
in
Yes.
Point of No Return, where he replaces the actor on stage with himself, but he's wearing a hood to disguise himself.
Mhm.
And there's a scene where she's supposed to grab his hands, and in the musical, the guy reaches his hands up, and they're just shaking so hard, and it's
Mhm.
just like such a small choice, but such a fucking that puts a little bit of that flavor on it. Little,
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Does.
yeah, adds one like
Yes.
a notebook sheet worth of layer on it.
Oh man.
But it was just a small, minute.
Yeah, but it was like,
Thing.
whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Little virgin oil?
He's
Nervous?
so nervous. He
Yeah.
can't even touch her.
Yeah.
He was like that for most of the movie. Like every time she went to touch him, he was like, like
Yeah.
would like move away.
Mhm.
The ending of this musical was amazing. It was the 25th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So we had, you
Oh,
explain that
yeah.
part to me because I'm not well versed enough in.
So after the curtain call on the bows, the Andrew Lloyd Webber comes out and he does a little speech thanking everyone for like how far he's come and how far the show has come, and then the original Phantom and Christine, Michael Crawford, and Sarah Brightman, respectively. They come out, and Michael Crawford doesn't sing, but Sarah Brightman does. And she sings with 4 other guys who have played Phantom at some point in their lives, somewhere in the world.
It's phenomenal.
And yeah, she sings Phantom of the Opera, right?
She sings by herself first, which I think she sings.
She sings Phantom of the They sing Phantom
was
of
it
the
Phantom
Opera.
of the Opera?
Yeah.
Okay.
They sing Phantom of the Opera. And then the Phantoms sing Music of the
Music
Night.
of the Night.
Yep, that's what.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was where I was going with the first one.
There's like a bunch of people that are also on the stage, and they all like back up the singing at some points, and it's just very powerful
Also,
and very cool.
Music of the Night is really up there for me in songs too.
Yes.
It's
Agreed.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Speaking of anniversaries, though,
Mm-hmm.
this is our 10th episode.
What?
Oh, yeah!
Double digits.
Congrats to you guys.
3
Yeah.
3 months of worth of
3
podcasts.
months, bro.
Amazing.
This would be episode 13 if we didn't have to ditch a bunch
If
of
we are
episodes.
goofs. Yeah.
If we didn't have a phantom ruining it.
Ah, the fucking Phantom. It's the OG.
The opera.
Oh, ghost.
Opera ghost.
Who the hell is he?
Another letter. I love that bit. The letter bit where they're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Just send it all in one, my guy.
Every individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all reading the notes together in the same room. You could have just put this all together in one note.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's listening the whole time.
So
just come tell us.
You have an intercom. Why did you just tell us all everything?
you're yelling at us later. Why can't you just fucking tell us?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Phantom's
Show it a-
costume in Masquerade, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Both versions.
Yes.
Both versions.
I did like the
But-
movie one a lot better
yeah.
though. It was
Really?
it was
You
very
did?
devil. You know what I mean? It was-
Yeah, I did, but I really...
But the stage one,
Yes.
Yeah.
he has a whole skeleton
The
face that
whole
moves with his mouth.
Yes.
It's so cool.
I just like the movie one because you're just like, what a little brat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, we came to the conclusion that the Phantom is just a fucking drama queen.
He's
You
a
know,
spoiled theater nerd.
a spoiled virgin theater nerd.
Yep, that is...
Dangerous combo.
Yes, exactly. That's why people die.
People die and women get stalked.
Yeah.
Yep.
And no women died.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
He just kills men.
Yeah, he killed stage guy.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and he killed actor guy.
Uh-huh.
What's his name?
He,
Judy. No, that's her name.
Pelogi.
something
like
like
Pyongyang.
that. Pyongyang,
Pyongyang.
yes.
And then that's it. Besides dropping the chandelier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess a woman could have gotten
Probably.
killed then.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have.
Maybe a kid.
I
Yeah.
can't believe my wife dragged me to this just so I could die. Jeez.
Actually, there's not a single child in any of the versions.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Probably best not to include them.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, maybe that was done purposefully.
But like not anywhere.
Fate. I think there is a Goosebumps book that's like Phantom of the Middle School play.
There probably
There-
Holy
is.
there's
shit.
even a TV episode version of the book.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
man.
Goosebumps on TV.
Yeah, there's that episode. I don't think it's called that, but it's
Something along those lines.
definitely
Yeah.
about the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah.
I love that.
I like watching things that are really well known because like introducing them to people
Mhm.
because then they realize how many other things like will reference it.
Right.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite
Phantom
things
of
to
the
do.
Auditorium.
Phantom of the Auditorium.
The auditorium.
I honestly really like that one. There's quite a few twists and turns.
Yeah.
I think it's the janitor from a little bit. It's not the janitor. Yeah.
Damn, that one. Yeah.
That's great.
Also, the Goosebumps fucking intro fucking goes hard.
Do it right now. Do it right now.
Beware, you're in for a scare. Dun-dun.
You're really selling
I can't give it the justice it needs.
It's a whole thing.
It's a lot of like spooky sound effects. Like yeah.
Oh. I feel like I should know what it is, but I don't hear it.
I have rapped over beats that are Goosebumps. Goosebumps theme song with just like a little trap beat behind it.
Oh shit! I bet that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah. Well, we're at almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Why?
Yay.
but did we give what we thought about the musical? Drinks for the musical?
No, we didn't.
Drinks
Yeah.
for the
Fucking
musical.
stone cold sober.
Stone
I
Cold
watch
Sober.
it all the time, guys. All the time.
I'd say one drink only because it's nice to have a drink while you watch.
Yeah.
I said a
that's
pillow, a blankie, and a warm glass of milk.
Please tell me you wear fuzzy slippers.
Oh.
I absolutely don't.
Oh, well,
I wear jeans to bed.
I heard that. I
I heard
As a number one fan, you already knew that.
knew that. You just fall asleep in whatever you want,
Yeah.
whatever you're in, because you don't sleep.
When I go
well.
home, I'll just take this jacket and my shoes off and go to sleep.
That is so uncomfortable.
Mm.
That's why I wore my jeans.
I would
just in
so
case.
much rather prefer you slept nude. Like,
Don't though.
rather than.
I can't sleep nude.
Really?
Mm.
Oh,
I feel
Nothing
too
like it.
vulnerable.
Mm.
Think about going to sleep dressed. You're ready to go. If there's a fire, at
Fire,
least I
you're
got a
up
fucking
and out.
outfit.
You're up and out.
At least I have an outfit. You know what I mean?
I'm
to carry
searching
on.
for
Yeah.
a robe, trying to
Right.
get to where I
That's
need
fair.
to
Still
be.
got the clothes on my back. at
Okay,
least.
that's a good point. That's
Yeah.
a good
That's valid.
point.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesus, man.
I just can't. I can't even sleep in a shirt because I feel
I have-
restricted.
Yeah,
That
sometimes
kind of
yeah.
feeling.
I have been trying to move to like at least sweatpants when I go to sleep.
There you go.
You know,
At least be comfy.
Just comfy.
just because I'm comfortable doesn't mean I'm soft. You know what I mean? I got to come to terms with me wanting
What?
to be comfortable doesn't make me a weaker person.
Oh, my god.
Okay. Fair.
I got a lot of things I gotta get over
Right, you
here.
do.
Yeah,
Jesus
but I'm
Christ.
working. At least I'm putting in the work to
Yeah,
do
putting
it.
at
in the
least
work.
you know.
Yeah.
At least you know.
Well, hopefully the next time you hear from us, I'll be wearing pajama pants.
Hey.
It's been great having everybody here. Savvy,
Yeah, hi.
thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. It was so fun.
Jesse, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys.
Jesse, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
so
It's
glad.
been very enjoyable.
Been a
I've had a
full
great,
day.
Yeah.
You've been here
great
since-
evening. I've been here since 5.
It's
Yeah.
12:30.
12:30. And we're on it. I can't believe I'm awake still.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Thank you.
This is what we're doing in New York, guys.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's gonna be up
Oh, yeah.
until at least 1, okay?
Fair.
I'm never going to bed.
We're getting
City doesn't
4 hours
sleep,
of
neither
sleep
do
every
I.
night. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're looking for drugs on the streets.
Yes.
That's got to be cut out.
Definitely.
For sure. Anyway, guys.
Thanks so much for being here. It's been 10 episodes. Here's to 10 more.
Watch, I recommend Phantom of Paradise and Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary version.
Top
Thank
2 for those for sure.
Same.
Yeah.
Completely different movies. Watch them for different reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
watch 'em for different reasons.
Also for different reasons. And in
Okay.
different states of mind.
Thanks for sticking around this long. Hope you'll stick around for the next 10 episodes at least.
Yeah.
You signed the contract.
Oh.
You got to be here for another 10. Savvy.
Me.
Yeah.
Aw. It doesn't end until you die or me die?
Yeah. No, it doesn't until I die.
You die, great.
And I am a vampire. So,
Oh. So we're going to be going.
yeah.
Okay.
Please follow the Instagram. It helps me know, because I don't get to see the analytics a lot, how many people are actually paying attention to this podcast.
Yeah.
Give us some feedback.
I tell him.
You tell me like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's how often I took him.
Right.
What was I saying? Follow the Instagram. Give us some feedback. Tell us what's up.
Please.
Heck, if you give us enough feedback, you might end up on the podcast.
That's right. Hey.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at
Get a
that.
guest spot.
Yeah.
It's so early. Anything could happen.
Yes.
You never know.
But yeah, I think we ought to get to scooting and booting
Please.
It's time for bed.
and boogieing. Who's turning it off?
I guess I will.
Okay. You know which one it is? I feel like at this point you should already know which one it is.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere over here.
Oh.
You're getting
So we
close.
don't even know?
No. Well, Savvy doesn't know apparently, but
Okay.
it's this one.
It's just that
Oh.
stop button.
This one.
Don't you see? It's been here the whole time.
Draven.
Draven a word.
Shit.
Save that bit for me later.
Okay.